recently did a video of Stephen A. Smith critiquing Jasmine Crockett. Constructive criticism, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, just telling her about her position and trying to help her out. But Stephen received a lot of backlash from the black community, the woke mob. They came at him so strong that Stephen A. did the unthinkable. And I got it on video for you. Here it is right here.
Asked a question. I get it now with Trump feeding into that nonsense, giving him fodder or ammunition to continue to go out there and talk about our black women that way. I got it. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that. And I apologize because I respect the hell out of Jasmine Crockett and what she has accomplished. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the fact that she feels compelled to fight the way that she's fought, the way that she fights because of what she's dealing with. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. I don't want enemies. I truly don't. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to call it like I see it. It should be done respectfully. It should be done with the sensitivity that it needs to be done with. I get it. I understand. But I'm going to be me. I'm going to call it like I see it. I can look Jasmine Crockett in the face and say, I'm sorry for any kind of noise I caused in your direction. Because she is accomplished and she is smart and she does have an incredible challenge working in this political climate on Capitol Hill. I got it. And when Trump came at her like that, I said, damn it. I was pissed off because I said, that's what they're talking about. When they're saying, you know what, when you question something about her, it's going to invite that. I understand.
So that was Stephen, and he basically apologized to Jasmine Crockett just for the constructive criticism that he spoke about when he did a show critiquing Jasmine Crockett and the way that she handles her position, her attitude, the ratchetness, basically. He got a lot of backlash for it, so now he's backpedaling. But what I'm not understanding is, in this video that we just watched, he said that I'm Stephen A. Smith. On my show, I'm going to be me, and I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to stand on it, while at the same time apologizing for what you said about Jasmine Crockett, which was just wisdom from an older gentleman that's been in the game for a while. Now, he's been in the sports field. He's crossing over to politics. He's failing horribly. He recently been speaking about Trump attacking the NBA when the whole time it's the feds and Cash Patel, and they caught them in an illegal crime gambling ring that involved 11 states. I'm going to get into that video later on, and I'm going to post it for you guys. I'm about to show you some of the backlash that Stephen A. received for criticizing Jasmine Crockett. Hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this video.
What is the point I'm making here? The point I'm making here is real simple, Stephen A. You literally don't know anything about Congress. You know nothing about how the House works. You know about basketball, NFL, all sorts of stuff like that. You don't know anything about this. You've done no research, Stephen A. You've done no studying. You can't even get the most basic fact correct, which is how many people she represents in the 30th Congressional District. You can't even get that right. And so here's why you get criticized. Because you pop off not knowing what you're talking about. And so you're trying to tell her how she needs to work with Trump when she doesn't work with Trump. In fact, she doesn't even meet with Trump, Stephen A. Trump meets with Democratic congressional leaders. Who is that? House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. That's who.
Now, that was educational right there. And I got to give it to Roland Martin. He really knows what he's talking about and he's really speaking. Now, if you just really slow down and think about it, there's a hierarchy there. There's a chain of command. I thought Jasmine could communicate with Trump directly. So Roland Martin is very, very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to politics. It's probably just anybody could learn it. It's a quick Google search, maybe Chat GPT search or something like that, to find out the hierarchy and who goes to who to speak with who whenever they want to get things done. Leave your thoughts in the comment section if you knew that, or if you didn't know that, or if you're just like me and you never just really thought of it. I didn't think of it. So shout out to Roland Martin for that. Let's get back to the video and see what else he has to say, the advice and criticizing Stephen A.
Deals with Trump, they deal with leadership. So if you're going to criticize Jasmine Crockett for her tone and how she's not doing her job, are you going to tell your audience on Sirius XM, and when you go on News Nation, and when you go on CNN, and all the rest of these places, are you going to tell them what she actually accomplished? Are you going to bother actually talking with a voter of the 3rd Congressional District? Because I'm one. My dad's one. My mom's one. My sister's one. Her daughter's one. The neighbors are voters. I could get you 100 or 200 or 500 to talk with.
Now, he just named all of his family members and he's saying they're voters. I'm not sure. At first, I thought he was saying that they were voters for Jasmine Crockett over in her district, which is in Dallas, Texas. But I saw a post and I read comments to where there were a ton of people saying that Jasmine Crockett hasn't done anything for their community in Dallas. So I'm not sure what he's speaking about. I'm pretty sure that him and all of his family members are Democrats. They're going to vote Democrats straight down the ballot and they're not going to change. No matter what our policy, no matter what the Democratic policy is for that district, no matter what they're accomplishing in that district, him and his family are gonna vote Democrat no matter what. They'll never vote Republican. I can't take his word as valid when he's speaking about Jasmine Crockett and what he feels like she's accomplished over in that district. Like I say, I saw plenty of comments that said that she's not doing anything. She's actually doing exactly what Stephen A. Smith first criticized her for, and that's just waking up every day, going to work, and attacking Trump and trying her best, anything in her power to be whatever it is that Trump is trying to do. Let's get back to the video.
This is the problem. Stephen A., you make it easy for people to criticize you. And look, we cool. You can text me, I can text you, we can talk, we can communicate. I'm fine with all that. You can give your opinion. You can say, Crockett, her tone is wrong. But I better hear you calling Republicans out. But let's say you don't even do that. That's all. Fine. You can criticize Jasmine Crockett all you want to. But bro, you gotta get your facts straight.
He criticizing Jasmine Crockett on her tone. Roland Martin wants to hear him say something about Donald Trump in his tone? Donald Trump's tone is not bad. His wording, he comes off pretty tough sometimes with certain people, especially if you go after him or if he's asked about a person that's coming after him. He'll give it to you straight. He'll probably say that they're stupid or they're incompetent or something like that. But for the most part, Donald Trump is giving the people that voted for him exactly what they voted for. And Donald Trump, I've been seeing nothing but wins all across the board, and he's only been in office, 9 months? Donald Trump has nothing but wins. He's ended like 8 wars across the world. His international affairs are immaculate. We can't say the same thing for Jasmine Crockett. All she does is go after Trump. And I believe Stephen A. Smith was 1,000% right when he first critiqued her. But where he lost me is when he came back and apologized because of pressure from people like Roland Martin, who votes emotionally, who's down with identity politics, who votes with a pro-black mindset instead of what's best for the people of America and the people in the black communities and the communities all over the nation. Let's get back to the video.
And you're popping off and running your mouth, and none of your facts are straight. And that's what makes you look silly. And see, had you had your facts straight, I would not have had to do this segment. Because I would have had nothing to work with. But you exposed yourself for your lack of political knowledge. And what's happening is these television bookers are putting you on because you are in quote mode. You say things that go viral, and they get excited by that. So guess what? The bookers at CNN and the bookers at Newsday, that's why Chris Cuomo ain't got no ratings. That's why he pulled Bill O'Reilly out the crypt and got you debating him. We know what all that is, and that's fine. Guess what? I don't care. That's great. But bruh, just do this. If you go on TV, and let me be real clear, when I did First Take 2 or 3 times, when I sat in for Michael Smith on His and Hers, I studied. I didn't come on the air just saying whatever. I brought facts about sports. So if I can do some studying about sports and speak from a factual base, bruh, you need to do the exact same thing. Talk about politics. Because if you don't, you're going to get dismissed as a blowhard. And I know you don't want to be seen as just somebody who's full of hot air. Ain't no facts backing them up. So do better.
So that was Roland Martin giving his take on Stephen A. Smith's critique of Jasmine Crockett. And it wasn't only him, man, the whole black community. They all came out and they went after Stephen A. Smith. They threatened to cancel him, and they all talked bad about him. It could possibly be because of he's starting to lean more conservative, but in that apology video, he's going right back to the left. He's going right back liberal. They're dragging him back in, slowly but surely. I hate that for Stephen A. He's going back to the woke mob. They got him. They won. So, I have another video for you, and this a black guy. His name's the Black Conservative Preacher, and he has a more conservative mindset, and I can relate more with him, and he had this to say about Stephen A. Let's get into it.
Stephen A. Smith said no lies about Jasmine Crockett. He said no lies. She is ghetto. The way she presents herself is ghetto, and it's not even who she is. If you look into her background, she grew up in a private school. She grew up in a very white, affluent area. She tries to act like she a soul sister from the hood and ghetto and scraped her way from the deep Bronx or the deep parts of Texas. That's not what happened. She went to a private school, right? This is an act. It all is an act. I've been telling people that. And she's going to be fired because they've redistricted. But the reality of it is they're mad at Stephen A. because he didn't say he didn't like her. He didn't say none of that. All he did was criticize her, right? Because in the black community, like I keep saying, I'm going to continue to say, we don't have the right in the black community to criticize the Democratic Party. You become an outsider to your people. It's a cult. The black community is a cult. It's a cultish community. You are not allowed to think freely. You're not allowed to, in Mexican community you can, in other communities you can, not in the black community. You can't be allowed to criticize Jasmine Crockett because she acts like a majority of black people. She acts ghetto, right? Not all black people, but a majority of them, they like that. Why you think our favorite shows are Housewives of Atlanta? The shows we watch are toxic. Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop, Baddies. That's the type of toxicity that the black community likes. And so she's toxic. Jasmine Crockett is toxic, and that's what that appeals to the black community. That's why they're mad right now, because they like somebody. They don't like the Michelle Obama types, right? I don't like Michelle, but at least Michelle wasn't like that. She was a classy woman.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Where did he lie? Y'all gonna tag me for saying that, right? Correct. Y'all got some insults y'all want to shoot my way. Y'all want to call me derogatory names? Go ahead. Put it down in the comment section.
She was an Oprah type of person, Oprah Winfrey, classy. That generation of women is gone, right? The women who can confront you, they think, well, she's standing up against Trump. It don't matter what Trump is doing. Why you worried? Trump don't act ghetto. He might say stuff that you might not agree with, but he don't act ghetto. He don't act uneducated. That's how she acts. And she's very educated. So that's the problem. Stephen A. has the right to criticize whoever he wants to criticize, and he doesn't deserve the reaction he's getting when he's a Democrat criticizing. He's supposed to be one of them. But he has a critique for his leaders because he's trying to be unbiased. He's trying to be an independent journalist, an independent candidate, a person, but not allowed to. Unless you are a black person like Charlamagne and the Democrats can do nothing wrong in your eyes, that's the only way you can be accepted in the black community. Stephen A. is going to experience some viewer loss doing what he's doing because black community, you're not allowed to think of.
So there you have it. Black MAGA preacher. Y'all go follow him over there on X and other platforms. I agree 1000% with the Black MAGA preacher. With all that being said, man, Stephen A. Smith criticized Jasmine Crockett. The woke Democratic mob, majority, the black community, came after him. They threatened to cancel him. They're going to turn their backs on him. They already have. If he doesn't agree with any and everything that they're doing over there. It's like the preacher said, you can't have individual thought in the black community. The Democratic Party is so crooked that they took everything that stood for black people and they mixed it in with LGBTQIA and all other types of DEI initiatives. That's where they lost me. Yes, I'm black. I love black people, but I'm not down with the other people that lives a so-called like alternative lifestyle. And I don't want that mixed in to be similar to the LGBTQIA, whatever it is, community. Like when I say that I'm a black man, I don't want people to look at me and think that I'm a homosexual too, or I agree with homosexual marriage or anything like that. So they've mixed all that together and our people are still rocking with it. If you're a Christian man and if you're a believer of God and the words in his Bible, you can't tie yourself to homosexuality. The two don't mix. So Stephen A. apologized. Roland Martin and the woke mob attacked him. He backpedaled. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Hit a like button for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can get more videos coming from Unk TV. We out.